Academia, Season 4, 17 episodes in, I just got a thought I want to get off my chest. So it's time for Todoroki and Bakugo and some other members to get their provisional license because they couldn't get it after the first exam, right? They thought they was gonna squabble with a real villain. No, they had to deal with the agony of children, bro, and it really was smart for them to do this because they needed this, bro. All of them share different personality characteristics, so having them work with something as tedious as children, bad children at that, like delinquents, they needed that, bro. Especially Todoroki having no flavor in his personality, Bakugo trying to force his way out of everything. It was just showing them there's a different way to approach every situation. How can you deal with it? You feel me? What was killing me though is I know Bakugo smart. I know he has intelligence to him, bro, and he couldn't tell that this was the leader of the kids, bro. Without even pressing into it that much, they had the wonderful idea to make a magical wonderland for the children, bro. Who would have thought the answer would have been to spoil them more? I mean, if it was me, I would have put BTA on all of them. They just needed a little discipline. That's how I feel. But you know, to each his own. Maybe a magical water slide was the answer to what they needed. Thing is, they had a teacher who brought them there and had to deal with what they was doing every other day. That teacher not gonna be able to give them that same magical water slide they had. And they gonna be wanting it more. So when they start acting up again, what is the teacher gonna do? She gonna have to go back to that same depressive state of dealing with it over and over and over again. What confused me at first though was when Buddy punched himself right here and then he proceeded to walk up to Endeavor. We all know he had beef with Endeavor from a young child because how Endeavor had responded to him and shit. And he also had beef with Todoroki because when they was in school together, he had beef with how Todoroki responded just like his father. So after thinking about it, it made me realize he punched himself and walked up because he knew that Endeavor probably would have back in his older days said something slick at the mouth again and he wanted to see. But when Endeavor gave the response that he did as a hero that's trying to change, it also changed in the light for him, bro. It also worked out for the better between his relationship with him and his son, with Endeavor saying he's gonna become a hero that his son can be proud of, bro. I love that. I love he's trying to change and grow. But why did it take him becoming the #1 hero to understand that something has to change about him, gang? Nevertheless, not gonna take away his light. He's still doing his big one. He trying to learn, he trying to develop, he trying to grow, he trying to be that father in that kid's life again. And it's on that note where I say stay tuned for the next update.